Murals in Ireland help to memorialize past events and struggles, while also acknowledging ongoing factors that help to shape the national identity of the Irish people. In the past century plus, there have been many different conflicts in Northern Ireland. Much of the conflict has been within Ireland itself, leading to a chaotic civil crisis. The arguments between the Loyalists and the Unionists, the struggle for equality for women, the hunger strike issue, all just began to provide examples of influences on one's national identity. With the Irish murals capturing beliefs on both sides of conflict, it is easy to see the differences that separate the Irish people and maintain the memories. The use of murals as propaganda shows that influence groups are trying to put into others in efforts to gain their support, or at least have them gain knowledge of their affair. Extremely popular murals have an obviously great effect on the Irish people, but smaller, less popular murals also allow the people to express themselves, their beliefs, and their unique feelings. Leaving these murals up can help show different perspectives on issues and memorialize them. The biggest civil issue in Ireland, the conflict between the Loyalists and Unionists, influences murals a great deal along with other political matters. It is said that murals are markers of Republican Loyalist territory. The Protestants began painting murals around 1908 for recognition and celebration of the 1690 Battle of Boyne. It is explained that, at the time, murals were a declaration of Protestant people's sense of British identity, and they reinforced residential segregation, helping to transform areas where Protestants lived into Protestant areas. This connection that transformed individuals into communities shows the process of forming national identity. With these murals that are still present today, memories of when the conflicts erupted remain. Benedict Anderson believes that it was the print languages that brought people together into his idea of a nation-state. In relation to Ireland, these murals could serve as a visual language that connected the community in a similar way. Along with the civil issue of the Loyalists versus the Unionists, there are other issues that have been pushed in which murals advertise to the public. One of these issues is a fight women have made for gender equality. Kilmurray and McWilliams explained that during the civil conflict, communities had separated along single identity lines. More than 3,600 people had been killed. There were an estimated 20,000 politically motivated prisoners and more than 40,000 people injured in a small population of only 1.6 million. Getting women involved in the negotiations to end this conflict was not easy. Murals that memorialize war also memorialize the inequalities women face. With the men on the battlefield, they received much of the attention. Women who also played active roles behind the scenes were just stereotypically gendered and unrecognized alike their husbands, fathers, and brothers. While men were expected to safeguard their union, women were secondary to them. As nationhood is building and transforming through war, the women were left to recognize their own importance and make others aware of it while also stressing over the lively return of their husbands. A study from Dowler in West Belfast found that even in peacetime, Northern Ireland Republic women felt that their roles in the struggle had gone, and were continuing to go, unnoticed by men. These feelings of inequality are memorialized through the masses of murals of men in war, and the few that actually do support representation of women. Murals often depicted troubles Ireland has previously gone through, but they continue to be an ongoing part in politics. Jenny Lee claimed that every mural had a story to tell about a particular moment in history, or an important shift in power between two sides, or about developing tensions within the divided communities of Northern Ireland. These murals help memorialize these moments in history. After the first large appearance of the murals slowed down, murals were still painted in efforts of gaining support in what the murals represented. One of these examples comes from the hunger strikes of 1981. After the 10 of the striking prisoners died, nationalists and Republicans took to the streets in support of them, and young nationalists began drawing support for the hunger strikes on the walls. Another thing that influences national identity that took to the walls recently was the fight for legalization of same-sex marriage. The murals of the same-sex relationships memorialized the hopes individuals had for freedom of marriage and acceptance, while also suggesting they had not given up. Some murals are only appreciated for the meaning by very few. A mass amount of the murals are group issues but are appreciated by very little. Despite this, every mural has a purpose to someone or something and creates a memory. One man that was unable to recall the name of the man he painted still felt influenced enough to paint his portrait in Athlia, based on a picture that he had taken at a horse fair years before. When the man visited the mural of himself, he found himself feeling as if he were a celebrity. Jimmy, the man in the mural, shows what significance murals have and how they can impact and serve as acknowledgement and memories for even the smallest groups of people. The murals are widely discussed and recognized in the Irish communities and are also spoken of in other countries. With around 600 murals in Northern Ireland being a popular tourist attraction as well, murals have been seen as a way by communities in Northern Ireland of telling their stories to the outside world. They gave a voice to those communities where for many years people felt disenfranchised and had no voice. The painting of murals continued throughout the 20th century, two world wars, the Easter Rising, the Irish War of Independence, the Irish Civil War, and more. However, the paintings of them have changed over time. During the Civil Troubles, it was thought to be dangerous to paint the murals, which led to making of quick art with no recognition to the artist, out of fear. More recent murals are constructed more easily and often have recognition of their constructor on them. Old or new, murals either bring a sense of remembrance or contain memories to come. Old murals memorialize previous struggles in Ireland and even some of the smallest battles for acknowledgement, while new murals are documenting ideas that will be memories to come in the future.